Hello everyone. In the segment, experimental details related to performance characteristics of a single stage centrifugal pump under fluid mechanics and hydraulic machines laboratory are explained. The aim of this experiment is to conduct the performance test on single stage centrifugal pump through characteristic curves. Here the single stage refers to number of impellers equals to 1, whereas in case of a multi-stage centrifugal pump, number of impellers will be more than one. Apparatus required are centrifugal pump, a tank for the discharge measurement, energy meter, and again the stopwatch for the discharge measurement. We have tried to list the formulae related to performance test on centrifugal pump. The efficiency is output by input. Output power is water power and input power is shaft power. The input power, shaft power, is calculated by this formula saying 3600 into 10 into efficiency of motor divided by N into T. The input is calculated by mostly using energy meter. The output is water power and gamma into Q into H divided by 1000 will yield the water power in kilowatts. The total head H is G plus V into 10, where G is the delivery head and V is the suction head. The discharge Q actual is measured volumetrically by using the tank, and that is A into H divided by time, where H is a constant height, let's say 0.1 meters, and T is the time recorded to raise water to a constant height of 0.1 meter, and A is cross-sectional area of the tank. Let us come to the test rig details. It's a very simple setup what we have here. There is a display board which consists of two pressure gauges. The first one for the delivery head and the second one is for suction head. Now we use these two pressure gauges to calculate total head. Now it is on the back side of this display board, you can see part of a centrifugal pump. We still have some more pictures to show you related to the centrifugal pump. Now there is a valve here. You also have an opening, partial opening, through which you can do a process called priming, and water from the centrifugal pump will run through this pipe and discharge to this tank. Now in this tank we measure Q actual. Okay, the centrifugal pump. Now this is the side view of the test rig, where exactly here you have the display board, the centrifugal pump. This is actually the rotor. You can see the rotor here. Rotor and impellers are separately placed. They are in parallel combination. This is the impeller where you have a development of suction pressure or vacuum pressure. Now there are 2 points to which the pressure gauges are connected. One on the delivery pipe and the other one is on the suction pipe. Okay, some more things related to the pressure gauges. A pressure gauge tapping which can be seen on the delivery pipe. There is also one more pressure gauge tapping to the suction pipe. So we use both of these details to calculate total head. Now there are some calculations needed to calculate total head. The delivery head, which is calculated by using this pressure gauge, and this pressure gauge will directly give you the values of pressure in terms of kg per centimeter square. That means the value of pressure is in terms of its intensity scale, whereas for a suction pipe the values are given in terms of millimeters of mercury. That means it is in terms of head of mercury. So this value, once you record it, you're supposed to convert it into millimeters of water, equal amount of heads of water, and then back to kg per centimeter square. You add these two values, HT plus HS, and convert it self to the meters of water. So from kg per centimeter square back to meter. So it's intensity of pressure to its equivalent amount of head of water. So you can also use this formula Q equals to A into H by T to calculate Q actual. You have the usual measurements which are kept on the one of the sides of the tank, and tank area 0.125 meter square can be directly taken from the observations. Let us come to the energy meter part. Now we actually measure the time for 10 pulses by using a stopwatch. This is one pulse now. Similarly, we need to count 10 pulses, and that's how we have to record the time needed for 10 pulses. So there are some more details related to the experiment. Motor efficiency equals to 72%, and there is a constant, energy meter constant, which are usually written on this energy meter is 3200. Let us come to the observations part. The measuring tank area is around 0.125 square meters. This is the cross sectional area, and the motor efficiency is 72%. Some more related informations such as delivery head is observed from the pressure gauge, what we have seen on the left part, and suction head is observed from the pressure gauge, but it is in terms of millimeters of Hg, mercury. Time for 10 pulse is also recorded. Let us come to the tabulation part. For the first trial, I'll try to explain you the mathematics involved behind all these calculations. First, you measure or observe the pressure gauge reading, and then you adjust these values or you record these values by using the valve, and the consequent values for vacuum gauges, and then time for 10 centimeter rise in collecting tank, and then time for 10 revolutions are recorded. Now point 3 being the pressure in terms of kg per centimeter square, which is for the delivery head. The vacuum gauge reading for the suction part is recorded, that is around 480 millimeters of mercury. Now we are supposed to convert this millimeters of mercury to kg per centimeter square. How do we do that? 480 into 13.6 divided by 10 raised to 4, 13.6 being a specific gravity of mercury, and 10 raised to 4 is a factor to convert millimeters to centimeter square. So it's around 0.65. Now total head is 0.3 plus 0.65. It's 0.95 kg per centimeter square, but I need the value in terms of meters of water. So a conversion factor is 10. You can use P is equals to gamma into H, a well-versed formula in this regard. So if H is 0.95 kg per centimeter square, the same thing in terms of meters is 9.5. Now the time for 10 meter rise in collecting tank is 6 seconds. You have the cross-sectional area, and height rise is 10 centimeter or 0.1. Area into 0.1 divided by 6 second is this discharge 0.00208 meter cube per second. Time for 10 revolutions is 14 seconds. So we do calculate input by using the formula that I have explained you in the previous slides, and input is the shaft power and output is water power, gamma into Q into H divided by 1000, where H is total head, Q is actual discharge. And efficiency is output by input, and it's around 29.23%. We also calculate unit quantities, unit power and unit discharge, their unit being the same in kilowatts and meter cube per second. We use this formula. Pu is P divided by H to the power 3 by 2, for H being 9.5 and P equals to the output power 6.4 into 10 raised to minus 3 kilowatts is Pu, unit power, and unit discharge is discharge divided by square root of H, and the value which you can calculate is 6.74 into 10 raised to minus 4 meter cube per second. Now the question is, how do you proclaim the performance of this centrifugal pump? Of course it is by using performance plot. So here is a plot of discharge, unit discharge on x-axis, and against the values of H, PU and efficiency. So you may expect a plot of H versus QU in a decreasing manner, whereas you plot efficiency by using a straight line, efficiency versus discharge. You can also expect this kind of a fashion of increase in PU versus QU plot. So this is how we proclaim the performance of centrifugal pumps. Thank you.